Hello everyone, this is Wanda. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back, you guys. I hope everything is good with you. Now, you guys probably, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I got my microphone going, but I want to talk to you about an important topic. Um, but if you guys are here before I do, I need you to subscribe, like, share this with your friends. If you If you have small children, I am an adult collector, so some topics that I have might not be suitable for kids. Tonight's topic is dealing with self-love, anxiety, depression, um, personal space. And I think these topics is very important, not just for adults. Maybe you have a child that's going through this, or maybe you just feel this yourself. Um, but I'm gonna go in a little bit, and I'm gonna use my dolls because sometimes when we are going through daily life and we have a circle, um, sometimes if you have too many people in your circle, there's somebody in that circle that's hating on you. And there's somebody in that circle who pretends to care about you but hates you because they can't do what God has you to do. God has a gift for you. God has something special for you, and people hate. They pretend they care, but they hate. And sometimes you have to not let so many people in there. You got to be very careful who you allow in your personal space. Um, I have allowed people in my circle that's toxic. I have allowed family members and friends in my circle that are toxic. And it was taking a hold on me where I had to detach myself from those people. And let's get into family members. And it's not all family members. Sometimes you might have a family member who might pretend like they care, but they don't care. They're jealous. They pretend like they care. They pretend to act like they treat you like family, but they don't treat you like family. Um, and you can see it. You'll know who that family member is. God will reveal it to you. But you have to understand it's a hurtful thing that you might have to detach yourself from family members sometimes, but sometimes it's the best thing that you got to do because they will drain every bit of energy with their negativity because they're unhappy themselves, because they choose not to do the things that you do because you are an entrepreneur, because you're out here, because you used to be the yes person and not the no person. You used to be that person that made sure that they were cool. You made sure that they had money. You made sure that whatever they needed, you did for them without even asking questions. But when you start saying no, you can't do anything, especially when money's involved, then that's when the attack comes in. That's when they like, oh, you're not a Christian. Oh, or you're like what? Like, it's like they flip. They do a whole new flip. Now, if y'all agree, put your comments below if you go through this, if you know what I'm talking about. Hit your comments below on this because I want to know your opinions on this because this is a big topic. If you have little kids, I ask you to move them to the side. Go it is because it might be for y'all parents that's out there, especially you might have some kids that's going through this with their friends at school. Because sometimes it could be a friend that your kids are going through and they nitpicking with them. They nitpicking and nitpick. Pay attention to what your kids are saying about family members. Pay attention to what your kids are saying at school. Pay attention to their surroundings. Because if your child is acting a certain way with a family member, eyes open. If a family member is treating you like you ain't no part of their family, keep your eyes open. Because something is they're planning something against you. Because they can't have a hold on you, and especially if they can't have a hold on you, but they're trying to figure you out. They try to, oh, let me see how you doing. Oh, let me help you with this. Let me do this. No, you wouldn't help me before. Now, why you want to help me now? Like these dolls. You know, to and I have to figure things out. I have to watch. Sometimes you have to be silent when you're about to do things. You have to be silent when you are going to move your plans, what you do from now on. You can't tell a family member or a friend what you are doing, because they are going to find every way to knock you down, to keep you from doing that, because they can't do what you do, or they refuse to do what you do. No, not all family members are like that. There's some family members that's kind of smart, but still got that type of look. Yeah, watch out. Let's talk about friends. I don't have that many friends. I'm gonna tell you like this. I keep my circle small. I don't hang out with people. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't hang out with a lot of females. I don't hang out with a lot of dudes either, because I'm telling you, people want you to be at their beck and call every minute. But when you need something or you are in need, they don't got it. They still have a handout when you make it. See, it's like when you become a billionaire, or we become a billionaire. When you go bankrupt, no, you went bankrupt. Yeah. You see what I'm going with this circle. I wonder what is this guy gonna do with dolls? Sometimes when you're going through all these emotions and people are draining you, that's when depression, anxiety, you start thinking twice about yourself. You start letting their negativity drain you down so much that you go into this deep feeling, and then you be like, okay, you can't talk to nobody about it. You can't trust nobody, because you don't know if they're gonna do the same thing. So we go to our dolls. We go and buy dolls. We go to buy dolls to make us feel good. We go through to make us feel good, and our dolls make us feel good. Like every doll has a different shade of color. Kids don't see color when they're friends with somebody. They don't look at color. They don't look at, if you ever watch a child go up to another child and say, hey, you want to be my friend? Yeah, let's go over here and play. They don't look at their color. They don't look how their hair is, or what they look, or what they wearing. Now, some kids don't, but some kids do. And sometimes there are kids whose parents done taught them to just be straight up mean, or some parents who just act the same way. And there's some parents who don't teach their kids to not to respect other people's cultures and colors or feelings or anything. But I feel that if we teach our kids the right way and teach them, like, hey, here's a doll. Like I have my sister, she's Down syndrome, and I remember taking my sister an African American doll. No, I took her a Hispanic doll, because she's half Hispanic and she's half African American. And I took an Hispanic doll that looked the same shade color of her. She looked at me and threw the doll across the room. And I looked at my aunt and I said, why did she do that? She said, because she's not dark enough. And I said, what? She said she only plays with dark dolls, black dolls. She looking at you because you brought this light-skinned doll up in here and she don't like it. My aunt only taught her to play with dark dolls. I said, well, that's not right because she's mixed. She needs to know both cultures. She needs to know who she is. Because if you don't teach her about her culture, because we're African American, if you don't teach her culture, how will she know what doll to play with? What dolls do you play with? If I have if I'm half African American and half Hispanic, why wouldn't you teach me to play with the same color doll? I didn't get that. That as she got older, in her 20s, I started seeing her playing with different dolls as I start introducing her to different dolls. Like, oh, I got this doll. She looked at me like, They said, no, we stopped having her play with dolls because she kept messing up and breaking her heads and all of that. I said, oh, no, we ain't doing that. So, but I saw that and I was like, nah, this is not right. We gotta fix this because there's a problem right here that you're teaching her to just like African American dolls, and that's not who we are. We're Native Black, we're Native American, we got Hispanic in us, we have different cultures, we have different family members that's different cultures. And I said, how? And this is why I say is because I was raised up in different cultures. I have a Native American, I have my aunt is Caucasian, I have an aunt that's Hispanic, I have, family members who are mixed, that's Samoan. So I was brought up in my godparents, they was Hispanic, so I'm looking like there was no difference. There was no difference in the upbringing. So my thing is, and she's like, wonder where you go with this. I said, I'm getting to this is what I'm gonna say. When we only look at our own culture and we don't look at everybody else's culture and we don't learn everybody else's story, or we don't learn all different cultures, then we limit ourselves in having a better understanding of learning from them, learning from each other. Just like these dolls, they're different shades, they're different colors, they're different ethnicities. So why can't we do that? Especially when you have people who just outright just mean. So with the story, I went through that. I went through that feeling. I went through family members belittling me, making me feel like I wasn't worth the amount of money that they would pay somebody else to do a job. I allowed them to belittle me. I allowed them to not pay me. I allowed them to treat me like I was nothing. When deep down inside, I know I'm worth more than that. Now, I have my dolls. I do go shopping with my dolls. I have my dolls, and I go, and this is my happy place, because when I go through all this and I felt like, man, why, and I kept saying, no, I'm not smart enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. I start allowing people, when they were saying things to hurt me, I was believing it, and I didn't have that self-confidence in me. And I said, no, I'm smart. And I had to get out of that. Thanks to my husband and the people that's around me and the people that talks to me, my Christian sisters out there, my family out there that do care. They talked to me and they prayed with me, and they're like, you know what, don't ever let nobody talk to you like that way. And I brought this topic, I'm going to talk about this topic because I needed to talk about this topic, because no matter where you work at, no matter where you go in life, no matter what you do in life, never allow people to hinder you from doing what you are intended to do. What God intended you to do, never let them keep you from doing that. And never allow them, and I'm just not talking to you, but I'm talking to myself. Never allow people to come in your personal circle and interrupt your mental health, your physical health, your mind, your soul. You gotta understand, and as dog collectors, have to understand how beautiful we are, how smart we are, how attractive we are, how smart and how we could do things. And not all of us could do a lot of things, and not a lot of us could, do a lot of things, but we're good at some things. We just can't allow people to come in our space with negativity and attack us. We have to cut that off. We got to cut it off. And it might hurt to you to cut family members off, block them, delete them. It ain't that you don't love them. You can love them from a distance, but sometimes you got to block them, delete them. Don't have nothing to do with them. If they not showing you that love and not saying things that they want, sometimes you got to cut that off. Because if you allow people, friends, and family to drain you, I'm telling you, you're gonna have strokes, you're gonna have depression, you're gonna have anxiety, you're not gonna be able to think with your mind. You're gonna be like a zombie, just sitting there for days, just wondering and being in that until one day it's gonna hit you and like, oh wait, I'm in a zombie so long. For 30 years, I've been a zombie for so long, and I wasn't waking up to see the stuff, how it was draining my liver, how it was draining my mind, how it was draining my soul. It was causing me to focus on the important things that I needed to focus, because I was allowing people to come in my circle and interrupt it. I was allowing people to come in here in my space and interrupt my space, because it wasn't just affecting me, but it was affecting my whole family. And I was like, you know what? Nope, can't do it. Nope. And as soon as I started saying no, they flipped. Oh, now I'm fake. Now I'm not no Christian. Now I'm not no family member. Now you want to cut me off. No, I'm going to cut you off before you cut me off. Dog collectors, if you are a dog collector or you just like dogs, every type of dog that you have, this is my space. When I come into my dog, I'm happy, I'm joyful. I can look at my dogs and like, wow, I got all these dogs. Even though it's overwhelming being a dog collector, I can look at my dog like, man, if we could only be like these dogs. They don't say nothing. They don't talk back. They don't say nothing negative to you. They don't belittle you. They don't put you down. They don't say negative things. It's nothing but sunshine and just standing there, just being cuteness. Just being cuteness. That's how we gotta be. We gotta be like these dolls sometimes. We just gotta like, okay, I'm here, I'm standing here, I'm cute. Yeah, I'm cute. I'm smart. I'm talented. I'm an artist. I have a lot to give, and I'm worth a lot. We gotta be like this. These dogs are worth a lot. You're gonna pay $34, $25, maybe $60 for a dog, but we are worth more than that. That we cannot allow this world or people to keep us or put us into a deep depression or mess with our mental health, to mess with our hearts, to mess with our minds, to mess with our souls, to keep us down every day. The world is going to be negative. And I'm seeing no matter where you work at, no matter who you come across, no matter where you go, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna be looking at you, pretending to be your friend. You just keep your eye open. Keep, like they say, keep an eye on your enemy, but keep them really close. I keep my enemies close because you know what? I'm watching. I might not say nothing, but I'm watching. And when I'm watching, God is opening my eyes to say, hey, and show me the real person you are. Because now I know how to deal with you. Because guess what? You're going to keep hating me, and that's okay. It's okay if you hate me. It's okay you don't want to have to deal with me. It's okay that you don't like me. You don't care. You don't love me. I don't care. Because for the simple reason, I'm me. And I'm not going to change being the person that God intended me to be because you are unhappy. Because you don't have no self-worth. And there's some people out there, and I'm going to talk about the anxiety. Sometimes we can't do things. Sometimes, like me, I actually, I could read fast. I could read a book and understand a book like it ain't nothing. But when it comes to taking a test, and I got that timer on me, I freeze up. I freeze up every time. But I have to figure out, and it took me a long time to figure out, like, why you can't pass this test? What is it? Test anxiety. I said, why you can't pass this test? Like this doll, you got to figure it out. How they scoped the doll, how they did the doll, how they made the eyes, and how they did the hair, and how they designed the clothes. It's like an artist. You got to figure things out. Just how they figured how to make these dolls. You have to figure out how you could take that book, as you can read that book fast and understand the book. You have to take that test and read the test just like you read that book. And I had to think about that. I said, man, I got it. I figured it out. Why I always had trouble taking a test is because I could read a book really fast. I'm a fast reader. And I can understand a book when I read it. But when I take a test, I'm like, wait a minute. What is this? I got to answer this question and go A, B, and C. And I couldn't do it. I said, no, what it is, I'm reading a test like a test, but I'm not reading a test like a book. So now I got to teach my brain and train my brain to read that test like I do this book. Or I have to teach my brain how to come up with the same exact mindset like these creators did these dolls. I have to train my mind the same way that the creators are. It's just like if you watched a Royal Tea Garden on Hallmark, that mystery. It's like you're thinking of a mystery and you're trying to figure out the mystery before it gets to the end. Oh yeah, that's my favorite. I'm a mystery person. I love mystery. I could figure out a crime and figure out who did it before they even show it. I already know what's gonna happen before the end comes. And I'm like, yep, I called it. Just the same way these dolls are. You gotta figure out. If you have a doll and you want to start, okay, I want to figure out how did they do this? How did they get the eye shadow? How did they scope that? How did the machine scope the veins of this doll? How did they get the hair curl? How did they, scope how did the machine able to scope the eyes and the face and the molding and and how did the machine put the how did they get the machine to do the certain things? How did they come up with this concept? Who painted the makeup on the dolls, and how did they come up with this whole concept to create this doll? She's a beautiful doll. And the creator that did this and the designer that did this did a great job. So as we're thinking about this on our minds, we have to set our minds the same way that these creators that did these dolls, and how we have to get back to being our happy self. Just like when we come in our happy place at home and we're playing with our dolls, we got to have that every single day in our life. We have to have that every single day of coming in when we come in our happy place and we're playing with our dolls and tell me if you agree with me, if you disagree. You can comment below, but keep it respectful, because if you come to me like on one, trust me, I'm gonna come back. So I'm not gonna let you disrespect me on my channel. I keep it clean, but I doubt this is a very important topic, because sometimes our kids feel the same thing that us adults go through. Sometimes as kids are belittling themselves, and these computers and games are teaching our kids to do things bodily harm to themselves. Our kids are thinking that they are worthless. They thinking um, that they can't do anything, or they're not smart enough. And somebody on the other side of that computer is telling our kids that they're not smart enough. Somebody's telling our kids that they're slow, and they're in special ed and they slow and they nothing. You got other kids, teasing these kids in special ed and telling them how stupid they are, and because they have a speech problem, or they're laughing at them because they have a speech problem, and our kids are believing every single word of it, and it's terrible, and it's hurt, because as a parent and as a teacher and as a person looking in, we see how our kids, we need to pay attention to when kids are telling us. I always paid attention to my students when they had a problem at school. I always had my door open, because I know what was going around, and I believed everything. There's some things you got to investigate, but you got to investigate it. But sometimes I sit there and listen to my students, and I'll sit there and I'll watch. I said, okay, I see this the same thing going on in the same pattern. Then yeah, my eyes is open, and I always tell my kids, you know what? Don't disrespect nobody. Don't ever disrespect the teacher. Don't disrespect no adult. But sometimes you gotta. If your kid come to you telling you something's up, pay attention. Pay attention to what they say. Don't let the school tell you all this and this and this and that. No, sometimes you have to pay attention. And sometimes it could be because they want some attention from you, but sometimes you have to pay attention to what they're saying. And sometimes the people around you, it could be a friend or a family member. If your kid is crying that they don't want to go over there, that's a red flag. That is a red flag that something's up. Pay attention. Look with your eyes. You don't gotta say nothing, but look with your eyes and pay attention to what your kids are saying. Pay attention to their surroundings, who their friends are. Teach them that they don't have to belittle themselves to be friends with somebody. Teach them that they don't have to, change who they are or how they dress, or change their hair, or change who they are to be friends with somebody, because somebody tell them that their clothes don't came from Kmart, or they came from Walmart. They ain't name brand clothes. Don't tell them now they want to sit there and give you some money to buy me some clothes, and that's cool. But until the end, no. Tell them no. They're fine, just the way they are. Don't change who they are. If they have somebody, to make sure they come and tell you. And as an adult, sometimes we have to take what we teach our kids and what we say to our kids. We have to practice what we preach. Sometimes we have to step back, because sometimes as an adult, other adults will come at you and say evil things, and try to be hurtful because they're unhappy, or they see you doing good and they pretend that they're cool and happy for you and half cheering you on. You got to be careful. Now we talked about the circle. We're talking about anxiety, depression, mental health is a very, very big thing right now. We have to be there for our sisters and brothers. We have to be there for each other. If someone's crying out, we have to be able to have that door open to help them out, because there's a lot of people with mental health right now that's just like, I don't know what to do right now. And it also can get to you too, because of the things that we're going through in this world. It's so much toil and things going on in their brain that goes in our brain, that we're like, okay, what do we do? Where we go? We take so much onto their shoulder, and when it's on their shoulder, they can't handle all that pressure. Can't handle that pressure. We gotta be there for each other. Our self-care, we have to have self-care no matter what it is. If you gotta go shopping, like I do with my dolls, my self-care, to get myself to clear my mind, if it's in my budget, my dolls is my happy place. I'll go get a doll before I go get some shoes or some clothes. I'll go get some clothes. Now I'll make sure my house and everything else is, my priorities is straight, my bills are getting paid. I'll make sure that what's important is done first before I go get a doll. But once all that is taken care of, for myself, it's my dolls. And looking at my dolls and playing with them, washing their hair, be able to change them, and share with you guys the unboxing of the dolls and everything. This is my way of coping with family members and people treating me like I'm not worth anything. And I'm coming to you that this is the real me, because for the last 2 days, people have been treating me that way. And because I tell the truth and I spoke my mind, I waited 30 years silently trying to respect friends and family, and trying to keep my distance and keep the peace. But the last few days, I had to really get it out. And when I got it out, it wasn't nice. I had to go to church and repent and ask God to forgive me for the things I said. It wasn't nice. And I had to meditate and ask God to forgive me a lot, because it wasn't me. The character that came out wasn't me. And I'm like, whoa, this is not me. I'm not the person that will lash at somebody, but I will tell you about yourself, and I will if you come at me, I'm going to defend myself. Don't get me wrong. My mama didn't raise no fool. Okay? But my parents taught me, and my uncles, who was a minister, taught me, people are not going to always respect you like you respect them, so don't look for it. People are not going to treat you like you treat them. Don't look for it. People are not going to love you like you care for them. Don't look for it. People are not going to cheer for you. They're not going to root you on. They're not going to be there for you like you do them. So don't look for it. As long as you keep doing what you're doing and do good every day, and do right, live right, treat people with kindness, your reward will come. But the people who are treating you like you are nothing, it's not your problem. It's not your fault. It's not you. It's them. So never think that you have to please people in this world to be friends, or for family members to treat you like family. You don't have to, go down to their level. Just continue on being who you are, being the smart, beautiful, handsome, outgoing creativity person, artist, musician, model, whoever you are, whatever you do, continue on being you, because guess what? God only made one you, and you got to take care of that you. You got to take care of who you are, and anybody that comes on your show, your channel, because you are a doll collector or you collect figures and you're an adult and they want to say something smart. Like, I wish somebody would come on my line and say something smart to me. I'll say, because I got people watching and they're going to come after you. This is who I am. I collect dolls. This is my happy place, because I gave my dolls away to make sure our family members had a Christmas. And I did that out of kindness, not because to get a reward or anything like that. I got it because my little cousins wasn't going to have a Christmas, and I know what cousin it is. And she had the best Christmas, because she had 400 Barbie dolls and 400 Cabbage Patch dolls for Christmas. And I was happy that she had the best Christmas. And what? I got triple that back as an adult. God blessed me with more dolls than I can handle. I got it back. Why? Because of the kindness of my heart, that I gave it to make sure somebody else was happy. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to think. Change your mindset. If you want to invest, invest. If you want to start your own business, start your own business. If people ain't going to help you with your business, and people ain't going to, like tell you they ain't going to buy your products because that picture on there ain't your hair, or that picture on there is not the real you, and I'm not going to buy your products because this it is, and it. So, okay, don't buy it, honey. While you still wearing that wig and your hair is going bald, you do not gotta take my hair products. You don't have to. Why? Because I have a head full of hair and my hair is healthy because I'm using my mama's hair products. You don't gotta buy my stuff. That's cool. Keep on wearing your wigs. Keep being bald. Because guess what? Because the millions of people who hear that I'm helping, I'm gonna continue on helping the people who wants to help. I'm gonna continue on selling my products to the people because the 200 people against you, out of the 200 people that's buying my products, and it's growing. Out of from one person who won't buy my product, that's okay. You're not hurting me, you're hurting yourself. Because you want a head full of hair, and you hate me because my hair is healthy. Don't buy it, honey. Don't. This is a message. You know who you are. Don't. You're not hurting me by criticizing me. I could take criticism. I could take it. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a mouthful. I'm going to tell you what I think of my expectation of you. And I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth might hurt you, but I'd rather be truthful than being a liar. I'd rather be honest than not being dishonest. You said, okay, Wanda, this is a big topic. I told you it's going to be one of them topics that you put your kids to the side, because this needs to be said and heard to a lot of people out here in the dog community that might be going through this. That might be going through this at work, at school, at home, just in general, just feeling like you ain't worth nothing. We are dog collectors, and the dog collectors out there, let's shine bright. Don't let nobody take your joy away. Don't let nobody sit there and take what you love doing, collecting dolls. If you're an artist, music, I don't care what you do. We can't let people in this world, family or friend, foe or co-worker, boss or non-boss, CEO, I don't care who you are or who they are. Don't let nobody tell you no difference. Don't let people keep us from doing what we love. People look at me like, girl, ain't you gonna sell your dog? No, I'm not gonna sell my dogs. Now, I might leave some when I pass on. My boys know what to do with them. This is an investment for me. See, we collect dolls, but some people take it as an investment. You think later on down the line, these dolls are going to be worth more than what they are now. And when they stop making these dolls at MGA, you stop making these dolls are going to be worth a lot. This is an investment for me. I see collecting dolls as an investment. Investing into the dolls that's coming out. Now, I'm not going to go broke because I have my limits. I might not get every single one, and I might not get them for free. I pay every dime for my dolls, and I work hard for every single for $875 I have right now. We're about to reach 900, y'all, and I might go stop at 1,000. But I pay my hard work that I do for people. The hard work that I do every day paid for every single one of these dolls that I have in my house. And I'm not bragging. I pay for my own stuff. I don't get stuff free. But I do because I love dolls and I love collecting them. And I just don't do dolls. I do art. I do oil painting. I could design a room just by looking at the colors and go to the store and under a budget of $20 and go design a room for under $20. There's gifts that I have that I don't share with a lot of people. But it doesn't make that I'm not worth the job that I do. You have to make people value your worth. Get your money up front. Don't tell them, oh, I'll give it to you when you go home, or I'll send it to you later. And you be waiting for weeks and a whole month just to get your money. Or you might never get your money. Get your stuff up front. Get a contract. Make them write a contract. When days, when you're going to pay me, how many hours you're going to pay me. You got to have stuff in writing, because for people to sit there and tell you what they're not going to pay you, but then go back on their word, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. I just don't know how to like it, but I work. I have my own company. Like I said, I do my hair products. I go to different places, and I'm a caregiver as well. And I love the things that I do. I love owning my own company. I love taking care of the elderly. I love going to their homes and cooking and cleaning and making sure that they're happy every day. Sometimes you might have to deal with their family members who don't care about them. But as long as you make sure you take care of that person and you stay true and kind to that person and you bring joy to a person's life, who cares who else is hating on you? People are going to hate on you anyway. They hated on Jesus Christ. They marked him. They talked about him. We're going to go through the same thing. Our season is going to pass. Your season is going to pass. It's not going to be here long. It might seem like it's forever, but trust me, your season is going to pass. Whatever you're going through, whoever did you wrong, whoever stole from you, whoever belittled you, whoever made you feel like you wasn't worth anything, that season is going to pass. And I just don't say this for you, but I'm saying it for myself too, because I allowed it. I allow people to belittle me. I allow people to manipulate me. I allow people to come in my circle and destroy my circle, my inner peace, my mental health, my mind. I allow people to put me down. I was a zombie for a long time, but now I'm up and I'm watching closely. And the few people that's in my circle is in this house. Those are the only people that's in my circle. The people that live in my house, the people I take care of every day is in my house. Those people is the only people that's in my circle, and I keep my circle small. Why? Because the more you let that circle get big, the more problems you end up getting, the more depression you start getting. And those toxic people that's coming in there with that negativity, keep them negativity people out your circle. Keep them people from out of your life. Delete them, block them, shut them off. Keep them from coming around you. They're going to keep calling. They're going to keep having their hands out. They're going to keep, oh, hi, how you doing? No. No. Stop the contact. Stop it all. That keep them family members out of it. Keep them out of your space. If they causing you to go through depression, mental health, anxiety, depression, if the co-workers are doing that, shut it off. A matter of fact, if you don't like your job, go find another one. But remember, when you go to another job, it's not going to be better than the one that you have. We complain and we complain and we complain. Stop the complaining. Stop talking to people about what you're going to do. Stop sharing where you're going to go, what you're going to move. Stop telling people your business. Stop allowing them in your business, because guess what? They're not caring. You might have that one, but you better watch that one too. No, I'm not going to keep you guys that long, but I have to share a few things with you, and I have to bring this out because, and then you said, Wanda, you got the dolls. What the dolls got to do with this? I'm just sharing with you that we are artists, we are doll collectors, we are unique, talented people, we are loving people, we are outgoing people, we are beautiful people, we are smart, intelligent doll creators out here who love dolls, who love giving, who love people. We're behind this camera talking to the world about our dolls. That this topic right here today is for any of you that's out there going through the same thing. Just remember what your worth is. Remember you are special. Don't let nobody come in your circle. I don't care what you collect. I don't care if you're an artist. I don't care what you do. Stand up for yourself. Get out that funk. Get out that depression. Get out that anxiety. Get out of it. Because the longer you let people keep you down, you're going to have that going with you. And that is a death trap. That's a trap. To trap you in. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I have people that have to tell me that. And I have to have people to get me out of that. Because I allowed it. I was a zombie for a long, long time. The zombie woke up. I'm not a zombie no more. Wonder what that means? That means you dead inside. You're alive, but you're dead inside. You're moving slowly. The disease that's inside, that you allowed inside your soul, inside your mind, you allow that disease to take over your whole entire body, that your organs in your body and your mind can't think right, you can't work right, you can't think, right? You don't want to do nothing. You want to sleep. You don't want to get out and do anything. But as long as you have your dolls, you cool. No, we could go still get our dolls, have fun. Dolls is the way of coping. But what if you didn't have your dolls? How would you be able to cope with all that feeling if we didn't have this? Thanks to the people, the creators, for bringing dolls out to help young children to be able to cope with these issues that these kids are having. Thank you for, creating these dolls. And it's supposed to be for kids, but sometimes these dolls are helping these adults who go through the same thing as these kids go through. Sometimes we have to stop and think, like, man, if I'm going through this, I wonder what if my niece or nephew's going through it. Sometimes we have to stop and think, like, man, if it's hitting adults, just imagine what the kids at school is going through. What is your child going through? Sometimes we get so busy into our own feelings and our own things that we don't even pay attention to what our kids is going through. Sometimes as adults and doll collectors, we don't understand, like, hey, what's going on? And like, Wanda, this is you, a doll collector, but you're talking about this is one of my deepest conversations that I have to bring out, because I watched my son go through it. I went through it. I done seen my students go through it. I done seen people go through it, and I'm hearing